Hey friends, I hope you are doing well. Yesterday I decided, it was late in the evening and I had a really busy day. So I decided to do a podcast only episode. So I was around yesterday. I did record something. If you want to catch it, you can catch it on my podcast, which is linked below. It's a little personal. I think those kinds of recordings are always fun and very scary. So I always have a moment when I hit publish where I'm like, getting a little bit of anxiety. But anyway, it's a good courage challenge. So today I just finished basically like a live piano lesson. I immediately finished, hopped back up here, set up the camera. I just felt compelled to do a video of like mom life. So let's address the bunny ears on my head, which my daughter thought I should wear. She has her own pair too. We got them from the grandparents, but this pair is too big for her head. So this has therefore been designated my bunny ears. I very much got this is mom life. Like the way I look, I got like ripped jeans on because we were outside playing with dirt. Like we were basically planting some seeds and starting that. We were outside a lot today. It's around 7 p.m. And for those of you who are parents, there's this kind of like strange mystery between the hours of usually around 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Anytime I look in a mirror, there's something about this time. It's like things get, like the pace of life picks up when you're running around with a kid, or like, God bless your souls, people with multiple kids. I can't even imagine like what that looks like. But there's something between the hours of 5 and 8 where I look in the mirror and I have a moment where I'm just like, who is this person staring back at me with like disheveled hair and my skin's like everything just I start really fading at that time of day. So not usually a fan. Usually I start to look a little more normal again in the evening once the kid's in bed. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on, not clean up, not prepare, not make myself look nice. This is what a mom looks like basically. I probably have my kid face planted in the grass today, and she got it was kind of sad. She didn't hurt herself. It was just maybe not that pleasant for her because her mouth was open. She got a bunch of grass in her mouth. And just so I with my sleeve, I really should change. But mom life, I mean, you kind of just get distracted to do other things. But I was like kind of wiping her tongue with my sleeve. So this has to go in the laundry, what I'm wearing. Basically, this has been my day. So I didn't have anything deep or interesting. I just wanted to sit down and chat with you, just a life update kind of thing. Lately, things have been a little bit crazy here. So I live in Saskatchewan in Canada, and we've surprisingly had a really good vaccine rollout so far, despite the fact that, and can you take me seriously when I'm wearing these, that Canada's rollout of the vaccines for COVID have been pretty slow compared to other developed countries, which hasn't been great. But Saskatchewan has been doing a really good job of effectively rolling out the vaccines, not putting them to waste, like even going so far as to use tiny remnants and kind of mixing them together and making sure like every last drop is used basically. So I know that in some provinces like BC, they're still vaccinating people who are in the 80 and older age range. In Saskatchewan, they're already vaccinating people in their 50s. In my city, I think, or maybe even in the entire province, I think up to a fifth of the population has had their first vaccine, which is really, really impressive. Of course, the second dose is going to be a little bit staggered and delayed, but I mean, the thought goes is the more people you get the first dose, the more likelihood you're going to reduce the chance of more people getting COVID, right? So anyway, I say all of this to say that despite this, the city that I live in particular is getting hit pretty hard by the variant cases. So even though Saskatchewan on the whole is doing pretty good, my city is doing pretty bad. We're getting, and it's a small city. It's about something like 200,000 people. We're getting about 100 new cases a day. A lot of the new cases that we're getting are variant cases. And we have more people in the ICU than we've had for like the entire pandemic since last March. So it's not a good situation. We're back to basically lockdown. Like the restaurants are closed except for delivery. You're not allowed to see anyone outside of your immediate family. So basically like no human contact. Fortunately, the weather is a little bit nicer. So we've been able to get outside. It was amazing. It was 20 degrees out today. Basically summer. So thank goodness for that. But what all this ends up meaning is it raises some difficult decisions and things regarding work, life versus daycare, and doing what we did last year, which was pull our daughter out of daycare. Because, well, the daycare is just shut down anyway, so we didn't really have a choice. But at this point in the game, like some of the schools are going to full online, but the daycares haven't closed. So it's kind of being this decision, like how do we work with a 3-year-old and work from home and actually get anything done? Because the way that the day ends up working is that I end up concentrating. Oh, there they are. Hey. What were you doing?
I'm playing soccer ball.
The soccer ball?
Yeah, and we did put out the hand sanitizer, so that I win.
Oh, that was a lot of thoughts at once. So you forgot the hand sanitizer.
So I win.
But you won. Did you win at soccer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I win today.
Yeah, so basically, I have a 3-year-old who loves to talk, which is great. Language development, 100% on board with that. But it's like all day long conversations. So anytime I try to work, it's basically 30 seconds of focus on work, and then I'm pulled back into a conversation. So it's you have to hide your face. So I suppose the big decision is whether or not to work from home with a toddler and put safety as the number one priority, which it seems like such an obvious decision, right? When I frame it like that. Or to keep like crossing our fingers, sending her to daycare and hoping for the best. It's a really, really difficult decision because it's very hard to get any work done. And I remember this from last year when I had a 2-year-old at the start of the pandemic. Just being able to juggle life and work without feeling, because one thing also, like if you're a parent, or I guess if you're not a parent with young children, you might think, okay, well, they nap. There's time in the morning. There's time when they go to bed. And then there's periods where they can play quietly by themselves. All of this is really true and good in theory. But a lot of the times what happens is her nap time rolls around at 1 p.m. and I am like totally exhausted because maybe I didn't get a full sleep the night before, whatever else. And I end up having a 1-hour nap. And then that's basically like nap time blown right there. Not going to get anything done. Quiet time, yeah. I try to get like a little bit of work here and there done in the morning and stuff. But there's only so much you can do of that. Maybe like half an hour at absolute most, but probably not all at once. Before, like we need to go outside, we need to do something. And then in the evening, usually what ends up happening at bedtime, it's like 8:30. I should have like a good 3 hours to get the work done that I never got during the day done. But at that point, it's just like the day has been long, it's been intense. Like 3-year-olds, like I have a really fun, wonderful 3-year-old who's bright, loves to talk. Learning things like how to, like the most recent thing is learning how to tell time, like read the clock, which is a lot of fun. But 3-year-olds are also 3-year-olds. They're basically like little teenagers. So like, there's, even on the best days when there's not meltdowns and tantrums happening, it's still really tiring. It's this like constant juggling, and you can't just relegate routine, like get rid of routines. So one thing, if I'm in a heavy duty work phase, but my kid's at daycare, I can just eat lunch whenever I want. It doesn't matter. Or, I can skip, like I can eat breakfast whenever. It's like my day has this total flexibility to it. Whereas with a toddler or a young child, your day loses that flexibility because meal times are a little bit more strict because, it's like meal, nap, or then you have meal, bath time, bed. And these things follow a really important sequence such that if a piece of the sequence is missing, then the whole thing falls apart. So if we have a late supper, all of a sudden I'm dealing with a tantrumy kid come closer to bedtime. Whereas if everything from a routine standpoint flows smoothly, then I'm really reducing the likelihood of conflict and tension between me and my daughter. So things like routines are super important. And but that level of strictness makes it difficult to get anything done. It's really like I feel like I'm stealing a half hour here or there. So I guess I'm undecided on how I'm going to approach this. On the one hand, the vaccine rollout has been really good, so wait it out a few more weeks and maybe the case count will start coming down again. But I also just, like with work, I'm very busy. I just opened up a new piano group, and being able to do all the things that come at the start of opening a course to a new group of people. There's a lot of little things that need to be taken care of for that to run smoothly and for the first few weeks to go well. So the timing, maybe not so great, but at least the weather's turning. At least we're able to start gardening. And at least the pace of life is such that I'm only able to do what I consider truly essential, which is my work, which is being a parent, which is cooking food, sometimes getting takeout, trying to maintain some semblance of like a healthy rhythm, getting time outside, and recording these videos, I guess. So anyway, thank you for sharing this moment of time with me, harried and distracted and sweaty as I am, because it's like hot and you're probably listening to all the traffic sounds coming in through the window. But yeah, I just wanted to chat a little bit about life, where I'm at, what's happening. Don't know what I'm doing, one day at a time. Wish me luck to survive this next bout. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys later.